Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today's January 27th and we are out birding again. I'm here with Alicia. We are at the cemetery. I'm probably not going to vlog very much just because I want to be respectful. I'll do a lot more voiceover in this video. But if I do come across any cool birds, I will film them still. We are hoping to find a Gilded Flicker. That's not one of my 130 birds, but it's a rare bird that's been spotted here recently. I'd also love to pick up just a Northern Flicker because that is one of the 130 Utah birds I need to see. Let's have some fun. Let's check out the trees, see what kind of birds we can find. Before quick getting into the cemetery, I keep forgetting to share that I did see a Eurasian collared dove, so that counts towards my challenge. And I did see another dove, but I wasn't able to ID it. It was just a bit too far away. Sorry for the grainy footage. It was just on my phone. Then last week, I saw a bird up in the tree close to my house, and I believe is a house finch because of the reddish front and the other colors on the back. And then from my last video, I have to say thank you so much to this viewer who pointed out the green-winged teal sleeping during my pied-billed grebe shot. So, now that we've counted those, let's get to the adventure at the cemetery. It's a beautiful. Almost immediately after getting out of the car, we came across this hawk, which I'm pretty sure is a red-tailed hawk. Its tail's a little bit stubbier than a sharp-shinned or a Cooper's, so I think it's red-tailed, but let me know what you think in the comments if I'm wrong. Also today, the footage is going to be a bit shakier. I just didn't want to carry my tripod around the cemetery. I just wanted to be respectful, so I'm hand-holding my camera for most of the day. And then we came across these chickadees, which were so hard to get footage of. They just kept flittering around the trees and chirping. It was so fun to watch them. But to my surprise, following that encounter, we came across this herd of probably about 10 deer. They were just strolling around the cemetery, watching as people walk by, just totally unbothered. So we had to take a little bit of a break from birding and stop to film them for a little bit. Alicia and I ended up running into some other helpful birders that were also looking for the Gilded Flickers. They hadn't seen them yet, but they did let us know about a pretty rare sapsucker for our area in a pine tree nearby. And sure enough, after a little stroll, we started to hear the pecking. Now, it was pretty hard to ID this sapsucker up in the branches. It was also super hard to film it, but this looks like a red nape sapsucker because of the red spot in the back. It was such an awesome bird to find and a good one to add to my life list. Saw a lot of awesome birds that counted towards my total at the cemetery. Now we're at the Miller Park Bird Refuge area. It's just a little trail along a creek. So seeing if we find anything else here. So far there's not a lot of activity, so we might call it a day soon, but still nice to be outside. You might be curious why a common bird like a junco is a lifer for me. Well, that's because I'm a relatively new birder. It's a newer hobby to me. So there's lots of birds that are going onto my life list and thus are lifers. As the day came to a close, there were a couple more birds I saw up in the trees, mainly a few lesser goldfinches. It was fun to watch them and hear them singing their pretty song. I spent some time filming a fox squirrel that was moving around the trees, and then I heard something behind me fluttering, and I turned around, and lo and behold, the bird I couldn't find in the cemetery was perched so perfectly. I only had a quick shot before he flew away, but it was awesome to find the Northern Flicker. Hi everyone, I'm back. This rare bird hunt is just too invigorating. I went the next day as well. I'm here with Jordan from Bright Eyed Birding. He's one of the people that inspired me to start a birding specific channel, so huge shout out to him. Definitely check out his channel. He has so much good stuff. Tons of explanations of different bird species, and a lot of birding adventures. So if you love birding stuff, give them a look. We are looking for the Gilded Flicker. We've seen a couple flickers already today. Got a few shots of some, but have not seen the gilded yet. We'll see if we can come across it. And every single flicker became exciting because it was potentially it. But we knew we were looking for a female gilded, so any flash of red on its face or its underwings told us that it was not the Gilded Flicker. While we were searching, I found a few other birds for my 130 bird challenge. First, the red-breasted nuthatch counts, and it was so hard to film him because he was just moving around in these tree branches. I could not lock onto him, but here's a very brief glimpse. We saw another red-tailed hawk, which was super cool. Even though I'd just seen one yesterday, it's still awesome to see a hawk as always. And then we came across a brown creeper, which was very cool to watch it work its way up the tree. After about an hour and a half of searching, we were just looking through every flicker we found. We saw a suspicious one off on its own on top of a tree. Now it was so hard to tell in the lighting. We were just praying it would take off so we could see its underwing, and eventually it did, and we confirmed this was our Gilded Flicker. Now the Gilded Flicker is so incredibly hard to tell apart from a northern flicker. We knew we were looking for a female so we could eliminate anything with a red on its face because female northern flickers and Gilded Flickers don't have red on their face. Then the next tell is the cinnamon rust color on their head is a lot more extensive on Gilded Flickers and goes back farther and is closer around their eyes. Lastly, the biggest telltale sign is the yellow underwings. The northern flickers around us have very red underwings. When you see it fly and you see the flash of yellow, you know you have a Gilded Flicker. Check out this clip here. I'm going to slow it way down for you one more time so you can definitely see that this is a Gilded Flicker. We found it, we did it. We found the Gilded Flicker. We definitely saw the yellow underwings, so we could tell it's the gilded and not just a northern flicker. But huge thanks to Jordan from Bright-Eyed Birding for taking me along on the journey. What do you think?
Oh, just super excited. This is my second time, your second time looking for it too.
Yeah.
So to get the bird on camera is amazing. It's great to see it, but to get it so you guys can all see it too is the best part. So.
Yeah, again, that was my first kind of rare bird chase. Very invigorating. And again, once more, thanks to Jordan. We will likely be doing more birding adventures in the future, so definitely recommend checking out his channel. It's Bright-Eyed Birding. I'll link it down below. But thank you, as always, for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.